After 36 years in waiting, Canada lands themselves into Group F, the true group of death, in my personal opinion, finding themselves playing against Belgium, Morocco, and Croatia, playing the number 2 team in the world in the first game in Belgium, playing Croatia in the second game, the team who came runners up to France in the 2018 World Cup, and also playing Morocco, a team who did very well in the African qualifying. This is a very difficult group, and in my opinion, the group of death. But of course, if you're looking at this group, this is a group that everyone will expect Belgium to come out on top of with probably 9 points. But in my opinion, I don't think it's going to be that easy for Belgium. You got all four of these teams are incredibly solid defensively and also are fantastic at going forward and scoring goals. And people are going to be looking at Canada to be a dark horse or to pull off upsets. And everyone, I'm sure, is going to look at Canada as their second team who they're going to support, because Canada are just that exciting new Iceland, as you can see from Euro back in the day when Iceland managed to beat England. And as you can see, Canada being that team that everyone adopts as a second nation. But this is just an exciting group. You got teams who are very solid defensively, a team in Canada who walk through CONCACAF coming in first. You got a team in Morocco who managed to walk through qualifying themselves. And then two teams in Belgium and Croatia who also managed to top their groups in UEFA qualifying. Yes, Croatia and Belgium might not have had the toughest groups, as well as Morocco going into this. So it is very interesting to see what's happening here. From a Canadian perspective, I'm obviously going to give that here, guys, to start off. This is, for me, the group I was hoping we'd get into after I saw how some of the groups went down. Of course, you got USA getting a extremely favorable draw in Group B. And of course, you look at Group A, everyone wanted Qatar. They wanted to land in that group. But once I saw Netherlands and then I saw Senegal, I didn't want that group personally. You have two teams who are very well organized, who are very good at the back, and are also very quick. Netherlands are unbelievable at the back and fast back there, which would very much not work for our counterattack and hitting teams on the break. Senegal are extremely quick, and of course the African Cup of Nations winners. So for me, I did not want to land Group A. I was looking at Belgium being the team I wanted second in Pot 1, behind Qatar, and then I was hoping for Group H once I saw that go down. But personally, I do like us in Group F, because Canada are extremely quick down the flanks and very well organized, with Eustachio, who will probably be man-marked going into the World Cup. But when you have a guy who can orchestrate a game, who can knock balls around, and who knows who we're going to have going into the World Cup, maybe Marcelo Flores will be there, maybe Ismail Kone will take unbelievable strides, we don't know. But this Canadian side is unbelievable. And if you have Tejon Buchanan on one flank, you have Richie Laryea behind him, you have the likes of Jonathan David and Kyle Larin up top, with Alphonso Davies coming back. This is going to be an unbelievable side. You also have Samuel Adekubi, who's hitting unbelievable form. You have the likes of Liam Miller off the bench. This Canadian side is unbelievable, and I know a lot of people going into the World Cup are looking at Canada and maybe blinking an eye or maybe batting an eye to this Canadian side and thinking, it's just Canada, we're going to get another 3 points against them. But you cannot look at Canada like this. Canada are a side that will be going there and will be going there to win. This is how John Herdman has raised this side. It's a brotherhood, and it is a very strong Canadian side. And this is why I fancy us in this group. Belgium has never been able to get the best out of this side. By Belgium, I mean Roberto Martinez. Roberto Martinez has never been able to get the best out of this Belgium side. We've seen it many, many years at Euros, at World Cups, where they've failed to get the best out of a very good Belgium side. Where Belgium should have been maybe winning a World Cup or winning a Euros. But they've never been able to get the best out of this star-studded Belgium side. The Eden Hazards, the Romelu Lukaku's, the Dries Mertens, all of the top players, and even Kevin De Bruyne's. They've never managed to get the best out of these sides. Whenever I see Belgium, and I look at that back three and the wing-backs, I'm excited to play against Belgium as a Canadian. Look how slow this Belgium backline is. You have the likes of Jan Vertonghen, you have the likes of Vinny Kompany, who used to be there, who of course is not there no longer. But that backline for me yells suspect when I look at that. You have like Thomas Fouquet, Didrik Boyata, Jason Denier, Den Donker. It's not a back line that I look at and I'm scared to play against. And as well as that goes for Croatia, I used to look at Croatia and be like, I'm scared of this back line. But if you look at Canada's pace, likes of Fonzie, likes of Tajon Buchanan's quick feet, the likes of David and Laren, you also have Atakubi and Richie Larea. When they're running at the likes of Vershalko, Vida, Lovren, Kaleta Carr is the only defender who really shouts out, very good defender. To me, in Belgium and Croatia, and yes, that is very much what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not too scared of those back lines as a Canadian. Because you're looking at Fonzie and all these amazing wingers and quick forwards we have, I'm not scared of those back lines. We'll be sitting in a deep block and hitting these teams on the counter, which I am more than happy with. Because against that Belgium back three, I think we can get in behind that team more often than not, and I think people will be very much surprised in Canada going into that first game. Canada going into it against Belgium is going to be a very good first game for Group F, because I think Belgium's not going to expect what Canada's going to bring to them. And this is probably the perfect game for Canada to match up against Belgium. Belgium's not going to be into the rhythm of things. They're not going to be game in. Belgium's going to be just getting ready for the tournament, getting into the thick of things. And Canada's going to be coming out of this flying out of the gates, which we should. If we don't, I'd be very disappointed. 36 years in the waiting. Canada, Alphonso Davies, and this team is going to be coming out of that gates flying and blazing, because that is how we need to against Belgium. And I think we could hit them on an early goal, and we could take that game to them. I'm not saying we're going to beat Belgium, but I think we're going to surprise people in that first game. But I also think we're going to beat Morocco. Of course, that's a game everyone's looking at in this in Group F, saying we got to beat Morocco. But Morocco is going to be no pushover. They have a very quality side with a very good goalie in Bono from Sevilla. And this is an unbelievable group of death for me. I cannot talk about how much I think Canada are going to do well in this tournament. For me, I think Canada comes second behind Belgium. I stand by that, because I don't think these back lines of Belgium and Croatia are going to be able to keep up with the pace of Tajon Buchanan, who's going to take leaps and bounds at Club Brugge. Richie Larea. I'm saying these names so many times because I know these players are going to be able to get at these back lines. It's been 36 years in the waiting. And I know John Herdman in this nation knows that we have the whole nation and other fans across the world cheering for Canada going to this game against Belgium. Everyone's going to be looking at Canada as a pushover, but we are dark horses, I'm telling you. Because this nation is right behind this club, and I think there's going to be a lot of fans out there supporting Canada because we need it. And I know we're going to have so many people watching Canada, and we are going to have a whole lot of backing. And you look at Milan Boyan and net, who can keep us in the game at any point. I think a lot of people are going to look at that and think they got an older goalie in net. He's not going to be up to it. People need to look at Milan Boyan because he's going to keep this team in the tournament for quite some time. And the scariest thing is, Canada in qualifying have nowhere near seen the best of Alphonso Davies. Yes, he's had a lot of goals and a lot of assists, but he's been injured for so long. And even when he's with the team, especially in that Edmonton break, he was nowhere near himself or his best form. He has not played very well for the Canadian national side in qualifying, in my personal opinion, which is extremely scary. I'm not getting mad at that. I'm happy that we topped CONCACAF without the best player in CONCACAF and one of the best players in the world, in Alphonso Davies. The fact that we were able to do that without him being on his game or playing at a top end level for him is absolutely scary. And I'm excited if he can bring that Panama level of game when we beat Panama 4-1, if he can bring that to the World Cup. And I'm excited to see when we get some friendlies. I really hope we can get some solid friendlies against some top African nations. Maybe playing Algeria, maybe play Nigeria. Nigeria is not going to the World Cup, and by far they are a nation that should be at the World Cup. Why don't we play some of these teams? Let's get out there and start raging some friendlies. And I'll quickly give a group prediction right now, and I'll do some others. I'm going to do some group reactions throughout the week. But right now we're starting with Group F, and I know I highly talked about Canada in this because I am Canadian, and I was going to give my part in Canada quite a bit. But I'm going to give you my group predictions. First, Belgium. I'm not going to give points because that could be a crazy thing to predict. Canada coming second. I'm going to have Croatia coming third and Morocco coming fourth, with not much between them and Croatia. Guys, this is by far the group of death. Let me know what you guys think about all the groups down below in the comments. I'm going to be making videos about each group reaction. Let me know if you guys want to see a video on each group, because I am more than down to do that. I'm definitely making one on Group F, and especially Poland's group. So let me know what you guys think down below about the World Cup 2022 group stage draw. Drop a comment, hit that like button. It really helps me out in the algorithm. And make sure to sub to the channel. It is absolutely free, and it means the absolute world to me, guys. And I'll see you all for the next one. Peace.